Hello everyone, this is Otto here. Today we're going to be looking at Warhammer Online Wrath of Heroes. This is currently an MMO, free to play, put out by Games Workshop in correlation with someone, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's free to play, kind of like the same thing as League of Legends. You know, you go to the heroes and you own one, and there's a bunch of them. You get certain ones unlocked for every week. They, free rotation. Characters are pretty cool. You go in, different appearance, they all have a little backstory, which I love. Alternate costumes also have a backstory. Pretty cool. Guys are kind of expensive from what I've been looking at least in the free-to-play model. I've played about maybe 10 games, and I'm still only at 1,800 coins, and this big orc guy, for example, costs what? Yeah, 23,000. So you're gonna have to play for a bit. Anyway, let's. There's no option to choose which particular game you want to play. There's 3 different types, I think. There's killing, which is just a huge team deathmatch. There's basically a capture the flag, but it's one flag and you just have to hold on to it to accrue points. And there's also a capture the zone type game. I really don't know why they don't give you a separate playlist for all 3 of those, but I guess we're gonna have to live with it. Now this has got something which is its touted feature, is its multiplayer rather than 6v6 is 6v6v6. So there's 3 teams of 6 players when you play. So it's pretty hectic. Now, it's got the trophies and everything. It gives you your stats. I'm not particularly good. So let's jump in a game and see how it is. Usually matchmaking doesn't take too long, but it varies. I like the little, excuses it gives for why it's taking so long, shaving dwarves and funny little stuff. Character selection's pretty cool. We got a cleric, a big ogre dude. They seem to have gotten characters from all over the world. You have regular zombie guy too, which is kind of cool. And his story, he is just a regular zombie. So I don't know why he's here with the heroes. You'd think you'd have epic zombie or something, but currently when you start the game you get this guy, Lucian. He's wearing a little Russian hat, eye patch. He's basically a fighter. You see the little broken down stats here. Health, armor, dodge. When you play your mastery tree, you can choose little extra upgrades. You get points when you level, and you click and you put different things. So you can get like +1 chance on hit, deal 71 damage. That replaces one of your regular things. Vigor increases your max hit points. So you can equip 3 of them, and you can do a couple different loadouts. Mine here, I got hack, wild attack, double swing, wounding slash, and powerful swing. Now, before we hit the fight, since we gotta wait, I'm going to tell you about one of the problems I do have with this game. One of the main problems is every ability pretty much does the same thing. I mean, damage, 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 and bleeding damage, and more damage. So really, unfortunately, what it comes down to is hit the buttons as fast as you can. Some characters do have difference. For example, I think the orc has a ability to knock people down. Bashing heads, orc speak, pretty cool. But, it's a bit monotonous. It's taking a lot longer than usual, but we'll put up with it. As far as the store goes, you can buy extra costumes for your characters, conquistador looking thing, or hunter, or slayer, whatever. But they use these diamond things. I'm not sure what they call them, but gems, that's what they're called. They're called gems. Anyway, put in your credit card. It unlocks gems. Here we go. 75 gems is $5. So each character is... Oh, here we go. Each character is over $5.
Welcome
so
to the Pyramid of Cetra.
if you're looking to play a lot of different characters, this is going to run you up pretty good. I'm gonna play as Lucian because that's the only guy I've played as. And it looks like, oh, here, this is a mode I did forget about. It's basically capture the resource and then steal it from the other team's bases. In the lower right hand corner we have the 3 bases set up. And those glowy things you see at the end of the hallway, we're supposed to collect them and bring them back to our base and hold on to them, and it gets points. Now, this controls with the WASD settings as well as the mouse. Click. I'm pretty sure that this is based on the Warhammer Online game, which I've played, and it's pretty decent. It has a free-to-play mode till level 10, or, you know, something like that, much the way WoW does. But apparently, from what I've heard, and what I did play, the multiplayer was one of the best parts of that. So what I think they've done here is they've tried to distill it down to the multiplayer. And what it comes down with, though, is you end up losing the sense of progression, you know? It's no longer your character and you're getting stuff for him. It's really just not as engaging, and I think because the combat system isn't that deep, you don't really get as pulled into it as you would in other games. You know, still, it seems to be decent for a bash-up time. There are disables. As you see, I'm kind of stuck here. You know, shows your enemy's health. You can go through them with tab, but really most of the time it just comes down into a gigantic brawl. There's really not much strategy that can be employed here. There, see, I got a kill. That's one of the major downsides, is I suppose you could have some strategy if you got a team together. Don't expect anything with randoms, as for most things. But I just don't see this game being enough for an organized group of players. However, said as a little distraction, it's not bad. So, you know, I got killed. But it's kind of cool. It tells you how many times that person killed you and how many times you killed them. Let's spawn as a different character. We're gonna be Bax. Orc. Wag. Anyways, you can see the character designs are pretty cool, especially if you're into the Warhammer universe. Now, I believe, yeah, mostly damage attacks. I think I have a hard disable here. Let's see if I can do it. Yep, that's my hard disable. See the chains? And most of his other attacks, I think, basically do damage. He has, in the same, you know, melee manner. I mean, he's a melee character. I wouldn't expect big alterations, but he has one character, one move where he regains some health. It's really just mash buttons. I mean, the cooldown timers are in sequential order. You know, 1 is the fastest, 2 is the second fastest, so on and so forth. So really it just comes down to jamming the keys as fast as you can. There's really not much strategy to go into it. However, as a free-to-play game, it seems pretty good. I mean, you know, if there's no initial investment, and if you just want to try it out, you can always download it for free. As you can see through the playing, though, it's basically just everybody smack everybody else and then stand still. Oh, I'm chasing my own guy, I'm an idiot. But yeah, we should play a little more, see if anything interesting happens, but probably not, from what I've seen. There's different characters. There's magic characters, there's melee characters, and there's agility characters, which basically function the same way that brawler characters do. You know, tap everything and do damage. There's a few healer characters, but much in the same vein as the melee ones. Every single thing they do heals. It heals different amounts, but it's in the same setup, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, different levels of healing, but mostly it just heals everyone around you, and that's what every single button does. You know, this might be fun for a little bit, but I don't see this really holding lasting appeal for anybody, especially with how expensive the character unlocks are. You're either going to have to spend a lot of time playing it, or spend quite a bit of money to unlock characters. You know, I like the character designs and the aesthetic, which is admittedly largely stolen from Warhammer Online, but without the other elements, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a whole package to me. There's much better free games you can be playing. However, you know, if this strikes your fancy, it strikes your fancy. Alright, we're gonna try and chase this guy down here. Except he's running. Okay, who is shooting me? This is getting annoying. See, that's one thing though. Little dwarf guy does drop a turret. That's one of the more unique abilities I've been seeing. So, that's pretty cool. It's not, he happens to have, from what I've seen, because I can only play the free characters because I'm not dropping a load of money on it, is there's really not that much difference. Alright, we're going to smash this guy. This guy's really a tank, so it just takes forever for him to kill anybody, but there we go. Yeah. See, she killed me too. There are some clans, there are some people who are into it, but really not a lot. It seems to run at decent FPS too, so there's no real visual problems. I haven't encountered a lot of lag by any means, so if you're worried about lag, it seems to run pretty well. Pretty low CPU requirements from what I can tell. I mean, I don't know the specifics, but my computer's not exactly a huge thing and it can run it okay. Alright, that was kind of stupid. I just walked into that. Oh, running buff. There are some passives with each character as well as actives, much like in League of Legends, which this game in business mechanic kind of follows, but we'll see when I die next time what mine is. Each character has between 1 and 2 from what I can tell. And yeah. Finally gonna kill Dwarf Lady, I think. Ah, she triggered a shield and they're gonna beat me to death. Okay. Look, see, this guy has Clobbering, which his attacks, it stacks up and does more damage every time you hit him with a clobber, and a You're Nothing, and Bolstered, which increases, there's a lot of these ones. This increases your health and abilities as long as there are people of the same Warhammer faction as you on your team. Now there's different ones like trolls, dwarves, you know, your usual ones, there's vampires, and here we go. Third place, not too good. But it's often rare to find enough of the same characters to really pull together a cohesive team. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I just did miserably. But oh, and after one you get this little roulette thing, you can roll for coins. So I got 55 coins, which, you know, as going towards that isn't much. Anyway, this was kind of a first look, so don't take all my stuff as fact. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like this game, just search Warhammer Online Wrath of Heroes. It'll lead you right to the site. They share an entrance site, Warhammer Wrath of Heroes and Warhammer Online. You can just click Wrath of Heroes. It's completely free to play. You just have to make a little account with the company, but hey, it's good for some laughs. So, see you guys later. Have a nice day.